Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Dancing with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary catechism, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami, a richly illustrated sourcebook of Indian spirituality in question and answer form, exploring how to know the divine, honor all creation, and see God everywhere, in everyone. Today's lesson is lesson 128, and we'll begin by reading the caption to the facing image. A father and his sons chant Vedic mantras together outside their adobe dwelling. The boys struggle earnestly to master the Sanskrit verses, as father patiently repeats them again and again in daily practice sessions. Lord Shiva listens from the Shivaloka. Lesson 128. How are the Vedas significant today? Shloka 128. The Vedas, the ultimate scriptural authority, permeate Hinduism's thought, ritual, and meditation. They open a rare window into ancient Bharata society, proclaiming life's sacredness and the way to oneness with God. Om. Bhashya. Like the Taoist Tao Te Ching, the Buddhist Dhammapada, the Jewish Torah, the Christian Bible, and the Muslim Quran, the Veda is the Hindu holy book. For untold centuries unto today, it has remained the sustaining force and authoritative doctrine, guiding followers in ways of worship, duty, and enlightenment, upasana, dharma, and jnana. The Vedas are the meditative and philosophical focus for millions of monks and a billion seekers. Their stanzas are chanted from memory by priests and laymen daily as liturgy in temple worship and domestic ritual. All Hindus wholeheartedly accept the Vedas, yet each draws selectively, interprets freely, and amplifies abundantly. Over time, this tolerant allegiance has woven the very tapestry of Bharata Dharma. Today, the Vedas are published in Sanskrit, English, French, German, and other languages. But it is the metaphysical and popular Upanishads which have been most amply and ably translated. The Vedas say, just as the spokes are affixed to the hub of a wheel, so are all things established in life. The Rig and Yajur and Samaveda, sacrifice, the nobility, and also the priesthood. Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Living with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary culture, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 daily lessons based on ancient Vedic laws, disclosing how to approach family, money, relationships, technology, food, worship, yoga, and karma to live a truly spiritual life. Today's lesson is lesson 128, and the topic is masculine and feminine. Don't forget that in the East, the ties of the extended family are traditionally very close. Women live in a community surrounded by younger and older women, often living in the same house. They enjoy a rewarding life, which includes helping the younger ones and being helped by those who are more mature. Several generations work together in sharing the joys as well as the burdens of household culture. It is different in the West. Women here usually do not have the advantages of close association with other family members. Naturally, they become a little lonely, especially if they do not have a religious community of friends. They get lonely and want to get out in the world and enjoy life a little. This is another reason women leave the home. It is very unfortunate. In the East, there is a better balance of the masculine and feminine forces. In the West, the masculine is too strong, too dominant. The feminine energies need to be allowed greater expression. But that does not mean women should start doing what men do. No, that only confuses the forces more. A better balance must be found. In Asia, the woman is protected. She is like a precious gem. You don't leave it unattended. You protect it, you guard it well because you don't wish to lose it. Hindu women are guarded well. They are not allowed to become worldly. They are not exposed to the looks and thoughts of a base public, nor must they surrender their modesty to contend in the tough world of business affairs. She can be perfectly feminine, expressing her natural qualities of gentleness, intuitiveness, love, and modesty. The home and family are the entire focus of a Hindu woman's life. Many of you here this morning are too young to know that this was also the prevalent pattern in America up to World War II, which started in 1939. Before World War II, Western women were very much reserved in public appearances and were nearly always chaperoned. It was that war that broke down the ancient roles of men and women. The men were taken away from industry by the army, and women were forced out of the home into the factories and businesses so that production could continue. Earlier, they had been protected, seldom seen unaccompanied in public. Throughout history, women had been the caretakers of the home and the defenders of virtue. They valued their purity, their chastity, and were virgins when they married. Many people don't know that the old values were upheld quite strictly until 1940 or so. Then the Second World War broke up the family and disturbed the balance between men and women. For the first time, women were seen alone in public. For the first time, they left the home and competed with men for their jobs. Sutra 128 of the Nandinada Sutras, closeness with other families. Shiva's followers who are householders joyously visit one another's homes and grow together in godliness. Some religious ceremony or karma yoga is a part of their every gathering. They live as one spiritual family. Om. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we'll be reading from Merging with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary metaphysics, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 enlightenment lessons from a mystical master, revealing the depths of Raja Yoga, the clear white light, the states of mind, and the ultimate spiritual destiny of every seeker. Today's lesson is lesson 128 and the topic is the gods are living realities. The Hindu religion brings us to the gift of tolerance that allows for different stages of worship, different and personal expressions of devotion, and even different gods to guide our life on this earth. Yet it is a one religion under a single divine hierarchy that sees to the harmonious working together of the three worlds. These intelligent beings have evolved through eons of time and are able to help mankind without themselves having to live in a physical body. These great Mahadevas, with their multitudes of angelic devas, live and work constantly and tirelessly for the people of our religion, protecting and guiding them, opening new doors and closing unused ones. The gods worshipped by the Hindu abide in the third world, aided by the devas that inhabit the second world. It is in the Hindu temple that the three worlds meet and devotees invoke the gods of our religion. The temple is built as a palace in which the gods reside. It is the visible home of the gods, a sacred place unlike every other place on the earth. The Hindu must associate himself with these gods in a very sensitive way when he approaches the temple. Though the devotee rarely has the psychic vision of the deity, he is aware of the God's divine presence. He is aware through feeling, through sensing the divine presence within the temple. As he approaches the sanctum sanctorum, the Hindu is fully aware that an intelligent being, greater and more evolved than himself, is there. This God is intently aware of him, safeguarding him, fully knowing his inmost thought, fully capable of coping with any situation the devotee may mentally lay at his holy feet. It is important that we approach the deity in this way, conscious and confident that our needs are known in the inner spiritual worlds. The physical representation of the God, be it a stone or metal image, a yantra or other sacred form, simply marks the place that the God will manifest in or hover above in his etheric body. It can be conceived as an antenna to receive the divine rays of the God, or as the material body in or through which the God manifests in this first world. Man takes one body and then another in his progression through the cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Similarly, the gods in their subtle bodies inhabit for brief or protracted spans of time these temple images. When we perform puja, a religious ritual, we are attracting the attention of the devas and mahadevas in the inner worlds. That is the purpose of a puja. It is a form of communication. To enhance this communication, we establish an altar in the temple and in the home. This becomes charged or magnetized through our devotional thoughts and feelings, which radiate out and affect the surrounding environment. And that's it for today's lesson. Take care of yourselves, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.